And welcome back, YouTube, to another episode of Build Whatever. Um, Today, well, we're building stuff. The only problem is, I'm not really sure what I'm building. It's one of those things. I kind of know what approximately I'm doing, but in this video, way less than in any other. I don't usually build flying vessels, and thus I don't have any perspective on size or shape of things, and then the result I'm just gonna be kind of building as I go, and hopefully at some point we get something that is worth on, well, worth on presenting. But technically, yeah, I'm building pretty much an airship, a thruster craft of sorts, and yeah, just gonna go see how it's gonna turn out, because, as I said, I have no idea how I'm gonna build this thing. One thing, like, if you're uncertain on how to build stuff, just build a box. It's like one of those, what is it, in America they have build a bear. Yeah, well, we are here building a box. Build a box. Yeah, contain all the important stuff in it, and hope for the best. That's my current direction of things. Yeah, but as I said, I mean, for me it's a bit difficult to kind of get the sizing things right. So I'm just gonna be. Yeah, this is not gonna be good. Okay. Yeah, like that. We're gonna see. I'm gonna have to see. It's just something that I'm not really used to. I usually build as I see around a common weapon system, but when it comes down to airships, I just really don't have any perspectives, especially when building something that contains either in-hull weaponry, or either hull-bound weaponry like lasers, or potentially in-hull guns. Those just I don't have any perspective, and building the hull first, definitely not my forte. Especially if I don't know, like, what do I even want out of this thing, and that is pretty much going to be turning into more and more of an issue as we go along. So yeah, I'm just building a box, or something of a box, that's gonna contain some of our stuff in it, and hopefully we're gonna have a functional vessel by the end of the couple of videos. I doubt it's gonna be ending up anytime soon, so be prepared for another 3-hour episodes. Yeah, just building a box. I will want to have more than one layer around it, but we're gonna see. Everything is up for grabs at this point. Everything. Yeah, but yeah, we are building an airship. Well, an airship. It would be more appropriate to call it a thruster craft, or at least that's how they're defined in the game, where thruster crafts are. I'm not even sure how the game kind of identifies different variations of machines. It usually turns out that the difference are mainly in the forms of propulsion, rather than any particular distinction between the two. So airships, thruster crafts, I kind of don't care how you call it. But yeah, no idea how this is gonna look like. If it turns horrible, well, sorry, but I'm gonna still finish it one way or another. most likely not gonna be immediate. Also wanna just make it symmetrical, so that's another issue. Or at least at start, so we have, you know, something of a box that we can work with. 4-meter slopes. So yeah, first video, pretty much just going to have one gigantic box here. Constructing a box tougher than what I thought. Of course I could build simpler box than this, but nope, not gonna happen. And I'm gonna leave like holes behind, I already know it, and later on I'm gonna be looking at it and going, why is there a hole here? That's most certainly something that will happen. Okay. Something like that. Yeah. We gotta get there somewhere. It's going to be fun. This is really going to be fun. It's kind of fun, you know, just building stuff that you have no idea how it's gonna end up looking, or have any proper perspective of it. Yeah, we're gonna put something the same here. Like that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Guess. Not completely sure. How will this look like? Yeah, it's gonna be fine. Yeah. That's gonna work just dandy. Yeah. So yeah, building a box, then shoveling every single component there is into it, and well, hoping for the best. That's the current plan I'm working on. Of course, if I can get my block building skills up to some point where I don't consistently manage to misbuild stuff, then we might actually get somewhere during this video. It's highly unlikely, but you know, we can try. Bottom one we said, yeah, 4-meter one. Right there. Should really, I mean, considering I'm literally doing this on a video, I should really consider just literally building a box. But yeah, let's try it this way. And if it turns bad, I can always redo it. It's not a big deal. Oh, yeah. Making videos and building something you don't know at the same time, it's not the smartest idea, that's for sure. But yeah. Of course, you know, the later on we can of course go and decorate the whole thing properly and build the extra structures and stuff like that. So it's not a big deal, even if this turns out to be a bit of a mess. It should still be fine. Where are we? Yeah. It's always fine. From the depths, it's one of the building games where you can just go and build, and if it doesn't work out what you built at the start, you can always go back and just make it prettier later on. It's really not that problematic. Even if you wreck the weaponry, you can always fit your machine with something else. It's very great degree of flexibility, and you know, it just, if it doesn't work for the first time, you always learn something from it. So, or at least hopefully you do that. I'm incapable of learning, so that's a bit of an issue on my side. Oops. Eh. Up, like that. Yeah. Yeah, this is gonna be a great... I'm just gonna mirror it, the whole thing. Actually, this could be fine usage of a prefab system, where we could just copy one part of the ship and relocate it to the other side. We can try that one. We can try that one, so we don't spend too much time on this. Another 4 meter corner. Another 4 meter corner. So yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, even though I'm most likely gonna have to change some stuff up. The engines are 5 meters thick. Yeah, okay, this is the front. We're gonna leave this as is at the moment. And you, like that. The sides now up as well. I do kinda keeping like one block flat and top and bottom, this 5 blocks flat, just to make sure that we're gonna be able to shovel engines in later on without them looking way too weird for our taste. Or at least they're gonna be somewhat concealed in the hull. At least I'm hoping that will be the case, because as I said, I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, yes. It should be okay like this. Oh, but crying, how many times I'm gonna misclick here? There's gonna be, yeah, well, very long, kind of boring video, since, as I said, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm gonna keep repeating that one. Now, my idea of this thing is that it's gonna, to an extent, use lasers. Where, yet again, I do know how to build lasers. I don't know how to build a good laser. So, keep that one in mind. As lasers are, they're at the moment they're a bit funky. Let's just put it that way. All right. Now let's see if we can prefab this thing. How we already do this? E, prefab mode. Okay. Now, can we turn this? Okay, like that. Height, width. We better be doing this in an F3 mode. Give me a second. Okay. Width, height, length. Let's go. Okay. Down. And ooh, this thing is a lot taller than what I thought. Yeah, give it one more, just to make sure that we capture the whole thing. And 2, 3, 4, like that. And now we have to capture it. Is it fully covered? It's just one more length, just to make sure, like that. Okay, capture. And now flip it. And if this all works right, up, one back, up, and load. Oh, for crying out loud. Okay, new prefab. Yeah, sure. Save and cancel. And can we just place it? Oh, okay. That's how we do it. Just left mouse click it, apparently. Yeah, that's what confused me. Left mouse click. All right, so we have now the insides. Well, the entire ship hull kinda thingy. time for our engines. Now I do wanna, which is back and that's backward. Now I do wanna use custom jets, so that's gonna be another obstacle in our way. Ow. Pressing the wrong button again. Okay, like that. One here, and I hopefully one here, and we may not need any more of these. This is the 2-layer hull. Yes, it's 2-layer hull. So one layer can go away. The same here. One layer goes away. And now we should be able to shove in a jet engine. Now, custom jets are somewhat of a mystery to me. Not that they are actually that difficult, but every single time I build them, I somehow figure out that I done something wrong, and now I actually managed to get them completely the right way. So I'm gonna build it like this for now, and we're gonna see later on whether or not this is pretty much the right way to build these things. Yeah, we want these ducts here, like that. You do need exhausts. I'm not really sure if you need intakes. You do not need intakes at all. To what I last checked, but the intakes, though, to what I know, increase efficiency. So hopefully that's true, and if it's not, well, oopsie. Yet again, how many we placed here? Combustors 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think that's gonna be enough of combustion there, but hopefully if it keeps us in the air, well, and an intake. I do hope this is actually positioned right. It should be. The way that the custom jets oriented is depending on the jet control completely. So if you build them the wrong way, you just have to turn the jet control the other direction, and it should be okay. Or at least that's what I observed. God knows if I'm correct. Yes. Let's see. Like that. This is gonna be very, very silly looking vehicle. Even though technically, I mean, it has a potential. It has potential to look sillier. So yeah, I think we're doing this fine. It's really hard if you don't know what you're exactly doing and you don't really have a plan for it. Like in most cases, when you build a ship, I kind of have a plan of, oh, this is gonna be the front weapon system, and they're gonna be this and that. But here, I'm not really sure. Fuel injectors are let's go with extra combustors for now. Yeah, fuel injectors do consume more fuel, but they provide a lot more thrust. But I'm just not really sure, because I would also like to make this thing while flying. That's number one, but also being somewhat fuel efficient, because jet engines have a tendency of burning fuel rather quickly. So hopefully this will help, and if it doesn't, well, we're gonna see with that one. We're gonna see. Yeah, it's okay. We're also gonna need, of course, somewhat of a safe stowage for our AI and munition, right? Yes. So first of all, let's take some heavy armor, I guessing. Oh, I'm just gonna place it right in the center of this thing. Yeah, we can't. Let's place it like this. Technically, we should have enough propulsion to allow this thing to be in the air. And some stone. Stone, as I said, always try to isolate your AI from EMP attacks if possible, because there are quite a lot of ships in the game that uses EMP either for missile, either for some other type of weaponry. You know, it's just a lot of EMP in the game, and it's a good thing that you just isolate your AI from potential threats. Otherwise, why I'm having a transceiver there, please. Oh yes, and as well as a wireless snooper here, and we should also put something of slots. Right, there we go. Behavior, plug and play. Should I go with circling or should I go with frontal hover? You know what, we're gonna go with the circling aircraft, even though I'm not really sure which one of these should be kind of the easiest to later on modify. Target prioritization, yes. Aim point select, yes. Huh. It's like the background noise is coming in and out of my headphones, which is kind of funny. I'm not really sure if it's my issue or it's gonna show on tape, so that's another mystery coming for us. Okay. Yeah. Should mirror this. Should mirror this and save myself some time, but no. Okay, like that. Yeah. The important part about airships is they kind of take damage from all directions, especially from the bottom, and that's something like I'm not used to fixing or building up, so it may turn out that I completely forget the entire bottom side of the machine and later on get nuked with a single you know, missile hitting us into the bottom. Even though I do hope that will not be the case, but yeah, we're still gonna see. So we're also gonna want the rear jet engine here. Okay. The jet intakes do take space. I think it's 8 blocks of space, so you can actually build them inside like the way I'm gonna do it, and later on just remove the part that may potentially mess with you. Okay. Hey. Am I building? Yes, it's a straight line. Just another thing, you want to keep as close to the kind of center of the mass when you're building jet engines and jet propulsion, just so that it's easier to balance the vessel later on. This should now stand on its own, shouldn't it? I'm not really sure. Yes, yes, it should. Yay! Air intakes. Not really sure which direction they should be. Okay. Da, and da. And all the extra compressors. As I said, I have no idea how much of an effect these things even have on the fuel efficiency. I mean, that's always something that bothers me. Is it better to just build it a full ramjet and hope for the best, or do compressors and stuff like this actually do anything? In case we're gonna figure it out. I guess that is part of these things. One may know that I do not particularly like building airships and stuff like that. Simply keeping them in the air is usually kind of more painful endeavor than one may anticipate, especially using like heli blades and stuff like that. Those things are one internal damage strike and the whole ship can go off balance. Super annoying. Can't build one. This is over the controller. This is only one layer, and this is it's going to be fine. One layer is okay. See, I told you in advance. I'm gonna forget that there is only one layer here at the front as well. We don't want a single layer at the front. Oh, yeah, okay, that's gonna be a tad bit of an issue. But it should be okay at this point. Should be okay. Especially, I mean, we're gonna need some detection devices, and that will go through the hull, and we're gonna have to see. And I don't think I can do anything about the engines back here, besides making them look a bit prettier. Like that. You only need one block at the back end to provide the exhaust for the engines. So it's kind of a good idea to bar it as much as possible and cross your fingers and hope for the best, or at least that's how I understand it, building these things. Even though, as I said, I'm not really good at it. Actually, I have no idea what I'm doing. Keep on repeating that one. It gonna provide me with an escape route later on. Okay, so yeah, we pretty much, I think we have something going on here. Rather long, rather unsightly, but it's okay. We have the AI. We're still gonna need some steam power. And we're also gonna need to split these sections up. Let's do that one first. One block here, like 2, 3, and now it should allow us to put in a 4-meter blocks. Alright. Yeah, I'm not actually making the sections for floatability reasons, which you would do usually with ships. You would have several compartments just so that they don't get all immediately flooded. With this thing, yeah, it's not really be that important. Most likely, if it's gonna fall out of the sky, it's gonna immediately sink. Another thing I don't particularly like with airships, they are. You can kind of build them to float, but in most cases that leaves them extremely vulnerable. As I said, you wanna kind of protect the airship in like 360-degree fashion, and that might not make it completely possible to have it. Okay, now let's shove in some lasers, shall we? Yeah, I don't know that much about lasers either, so that's another experimental for one. Multiple pulse lasers, laser coupler, Q switches. Yeah, we're gonna use Q switches. There is a potential of building without Q switches, which case you're building a continuous lasers that do have, like, I think higher AP, but the damage is usually exceedingly low on those things. So like that, we can push it just a couple of blocks further. Yeah, that's gonna do, simply because we ran out of space. You see, this is why I should just start building with a box. You know, just shove in the components first, build a box around them, and I wouldn't have this issue now. But I went with building the box, the hull first, so yeah, I already managed to mess myself up, haven't I? Yeah. Up, up, up. We're gonna place that one. We're gonna fix things later. Fixing things later, yeah. This is what happens when you don't know what you're doing. So one laser cavity is done. How much energy? 4,500. Yeah, we're gonna need more. The bottom part is kind of skittish. The top part gonna be kind of skittish as well. Side parts, they're all gonna have slightly lackluster, but it should be okay. 3-point laser, not ideal, but it should suffice. One thing good about lasers is they only need external optics. They don't require anything else. You don't have like to build the entire laser on top of a turret or something like that. Something you have to do with guns. With lasers, you build the entire thing inside the hull, which kind of simplifies things in a lot of the cases, but then the rest of the laser has to, well, just the turret of the laser can be then connected via transceivers. Where is it? Here it is. Via transceivers, and that works just fine. Hopefully I'm building this correctly. Hopefully. Yeah. Yeah. I just wanna get as much of the laser cavities in here as possible. No, I didn't build it correctly. Yeah. The 3-meter pumps are always the better choice. If you can shove the 3-meter pump, shove in the 3-meter pump. This one is this, right? This one is connected, and this one goes in this direction. Yes. 3-meter pumps, yeah, always glorious things to have. And they provide 3 times the laser potential power cavity thingy, but of course you also use 3 times the engine power. But when it comes down to lasers, you just want them make as powerful as possible, and you know, jib the consequences later. That's usually how it works with them. Where is it? Single. I keep on losing the sight of this thing. So 1 up, 1 down, 1 side, and then we can go yet again. 1 up, 1 down, 1 side, and this should be it. Okay. We're gonna kinda use batteries and steam engines to provide enough power for these things, but I'm not completely sure whether or not that's gonna function completely. Yeah, laser Tetris. Didn't expect I'm gonna be doing one, but well, guesses are a good idea. Not idea. Yeah, the guns do require Tetris, a lot of Tetris, but with lasers a lot of people don't expect it because it tends to be relatively simple. Well, it's more straightforward way of building them. Just have as many pumps, have as many cavities, and then later on when we get everything built, we're gonna have to pay for certain, well, pay attention for certain stuff. So oh, completely forgot here. Up. It should mirror properly, but I'm not completely sure about that one. Also, one thing, we're gonna need a lot of destabilizers. The good thing about the destabilizer thing is they don't actually need to be on the same. Did I? Oh yeah, I already built it. Silly me, didn't notice it. They don't. Well, the stabilizers. What are frequency doublers? They don't have to be on the same cavities as the rest of the lasers. As long as they have the same amount of Q switches, they're gonna add to the entire laser armor piercing for some weirdo reasoning that I'm not completely sure I can explain at this point. This Q, yes, this gonna give us a 4Q. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just frequency doublers. Yeah, just like that. This is the good thing about lasers. Frequency doublers, or AP, is quite easily increased just by doing that. Even though currently 33 AP, yeah, we could use more. We could use a lot more. This is already fully extended. At the bottom. Yeah, laser cavities, they tend to be huge. They tend to take a large portion of your vessel just in lasers. Which is not a bad thing. Well, it is kind of a bad thing, and it is kind of the solid thing as well. I mean, you don't need to put lasers on spinners completely, or turrets, like you have to do with the rest of the weaponry. But at the same time, having your entire hull being the laser means that whatever damage you're gonna be taking, pretty much it's a high chance of 66 AP. Yeah, it's fine. It's gonna work just fine. For now, we're gonna have to see later on. But yeah, that's kind of a drawback, but it's also a bonus at the same time. Let's shove in some batteries. Where should we put them? The battery's gonna go all over the place one day. Yes, they will. Up. Ooh. This thing is getting tighter and tighter. I thought I built pretty big, but oh, it's not that big at all. Oh well. Yeah, just gonna build it on the sides then. But yeah, lasers, they have their bonuses, they have their disadvantages up as well. Another major disadvantage, they cannot shoot underwater. You should never let your lasers shoot underwater. So yeah, that's kind of one big thing that lasers are really poor at. That's why also I would now recommend lasers on a submarine. They simply get very little of their power out. I'm not even sure what the attenuation of that is, but it's usually like super poor. You lose like 70% of power per 50 meters, which is ridiculous. Well, ridiculous. I guess it's fair, since lasers are insta-hit weapons, so they don't really need to scan like the rest of the weapons, where they have to predict the fall of the shot and stuff like that. Lasers don't need to do that. They just don't do that. They just hit and that's it. Come on, like that. We can put two on the sides and hope for the best later. Yeah, we kind of want to have as many of them as possible, don't we? The steam engines. Let's just go with large controllers at the moment. Well, we could go with huge controllers. Well, I'm not really sure how much steam power we're gonna need, but we're gonna put a lot of it in it, just for the energy production. And energy is there to give us and target pressure. Just max it out for now. We need a we still need a pipe. Can't just correctly connect them. Oh, I always kind of forget that one. Well, kind of forget it, especially like I'm building super small and like the aircraft or something like that, and always forget that I need to add the pipe. 1,500, 1,600 energy. Yeah, it's gonna go up, so that shouldn't be an issue. Okay. So we're also gonna need a lot of stabilization here, and we're gonna achieve that with using regular jets. Also, we're gonna need fuel, a lot of fuel, to which I'm also gonna most likely need to spawn in another ship to keep that fuel going. This is turning tighter and tighter, doesn't it? Okay. This build is getting way too small, to be frank with you. But it's flying, even though not particularly well. Okay, the rear jet here is... Oh, I know. This is actually a stupid one, but I did notice it when I was kind of off. that everything is set to pitcher. No, you are a pusher. You stay me up in the air, for crying out loud. Don't pitch me, push me. And we're gonna fall straight into the water. Oh, now you're pushing. Now you're working. Yeah, okay. Still a bit nose heavy. Still a bit in the directions where we don't wanna go. How much fuel we have? 400,000. Oh my god, we need... I wanna put more on it. Just as much fuel as possible. I have, as I said, no consciousness or knowledge of just how much of these we're gonna need at the end to keep us in the air. Okay. Quite clear, you are pushing the entire ship downwards. Jet controller. Up. Let's see if this is going to help us stabilize a bit. Yes, it did. Even though we still don't have any controllers. Okay, okay. Yeah, also we're gonna have to switch the AI places, things, and other stuff to allow us see, also off. Okay, it stopped them. Not gonna be consuming fuel while building still. Also, you know, just I know it's gonna be somewhat of a control room up here. Somewhat. It's not gonna be a nice looking control room. I don't want it on top because I want to have a laser on top, one laser on top, one laser at the bottom. So we should have something like this to the side more than to the front. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. This may take me a while. Oh, we're at 42 minutes up already. Gee, this is going faster through than I originally anticipated. And the results are still unclear. How should I... Yeah. Not like that. No. This is gonna be annoying. This is just trying to get something of a command post up here. That's gonna be most likely the end of me. Alright, something like that. Yes. Actually, this, yeah, that can actually work just fine. I plug this one in. Remove this block. Oh yes, yes, yes. This gonna be, yeah, like that. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to change a lot about this ship later on, but we can do that later on, so that's good. This is good. Kind of creating a vulnerability here, but I'm gonna have like a block going through this place. So this is gonna be our bridge for not particularly small vessel. Well, it is kind of smallish. Huge vulnerability, but I'm willing to take that. Window blocks. How gonna this look like? I think it's gonna go just bueno. Yes. We like, yeah, this gonna look just fine. Even though technically, hopefully we are not gonna kill ourselves with this. to which we're most likely gonna kill ourselves with this. Yeah, we're also gonna need something of see, this is what I was not thinking. Rolling thrusters. Pitch thrusters are fine, we left space for that. Yawing thrusters, fine, we left the space for that. Rolling thrusters. Not fine, didn't leave any space for that one. You see, this is what I mean when I said I never built an airship before. So this gonna be, well, not ever, it's just I'm not building them on regular basis. Thus, this whole thing is extremely confusing. And oh, mommy, it's okay. We can we? Yes, we kinda can. Kinda like that, yeah. Okay. Horrible decision making. Yeah, nobody gonna notice this one, will it? Okay. So this is gonna be the yawing ones. Let's just check that they are right. Tunnel present, yes. So this is the rear part of the ship, okay? Ideally we would also have some at the front. Okay. Okay. This may turn a bit funky, but yeah, we're gonna build it like this. Oh, it's actually not gonna be like that. Yes, this is going to work. Building stuff you have no idea what for. Yeah, the best course of action. Definitely the best course of action. That's gotta be fine. Okay, now that I look back at it, it's not looking fine at all. But yeah, definitely changes will be needed. Definitely things to make different. Definitely checking the time. Near 15-minute mark. Oh, yeah. I'm really not certain how I'm gonna have the. Dang it. The rolling thrusters in here. That is going to be now an issue. A really big issue. I'm gonna put them like this for now. And we can cut one here. There we go. Like that. Something like that. And now you're not a pitcher, you're a roller. The same on the other side. Before the whole thing rolls itself over, we need to make sure that you all understand your potential as rollers, not pitchers. Okay. And make you cover. Okay, like that. Bloody hell, come on. Why is there... Oh. We can build it like this. Annoying keyboard building. Yeah. I don't like it. To all those who have yet to figure out that I don't like it, I don't like it. Alright, this thing is gonna be growing in size considerably, I'm suspecting, in the nearby future, but for now it's going to work. It's going to work just fine. Having some space armor, yes, this was completely intentional right there. It's not. Actually, can we just leave it like that? No, we need to cover it up a little bit, at least a little bit. Oh yes, that. Yeah, the same goes as with custom jets. You kind of only need to leave one block of space in there, and it's gonna work just fine. Just the central block needs to be empty, and the rest can be kind of like what we have, the monstrosity we have created here. So we would still need some pitch engines, won't we? Pitch. Actually, we can do that. Time to commit suicide. Pitch 15. We go. Yes, technically you kinda can do it like this, but I'm not completely certain on how well it is going to work. Also, we need to check the AI settings. Oh, I made a mistake, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it's flying! It's flying! Miracles do happen until they don't. Oh, look at it! It's going. Yeah, it does have a bit of a sense of no having any pitch controls, proper pitch controls. So those two jet engines there are supposed to kind of substitute that, but not really. And I kind of chasing it around now because I don't actually have any proper controls of it. Yep. Let's fix the AI a bit so it won't try to roll. Max roll to target 0. Roll to target within azimuth. I think we can put this. Only roll to match the target when the yaw angle is within this angle from being perpendicular. I just, it's greater than 0. It's just let's put it at 180 and see if this works. Minimum altitude over water. Yeah, let's put this to 100 or so. Minimum altitude above land, 100 up as well. Banking turns above angle. Use banking turns when the turn is sharper than this angle. No. No, wait. Maximum roll for banking turn 0. Increase banking turn gradual roll increase over. I think we should put this one to 0 as well. As I said, I have very little to no idea what I'm doing here, so cross our fingers, hope for the best. Yeah, well, catch after you. I'm gonna catch after you. I need a chair on this thing. A chair. This is what I've forgotten before, so the reason for that is we won't have to now chase our thing around anymore. How fast are you? 121 meters a second. Okay, how much fuel do you use? Give me a second. No. Give me. Only 8,496 fuel per minute. Oh, 13,000. And when I say only, because I kind of already built a hovercraft like a week or so ago, and that thing was consuming like I think 17 or 18,000. So 8,000 was a good number. This is now worse. 13,000, still a lot. But I'm freaking amazed that we're flying. At this point, I'm just amazed. I have a miracle on my hand here, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna need some pitch turners though. or this thing not gonna be flying for particularly successful periods of time. Yes, you're gonna be my pitch turner right here. Can I not push it one block? Ah. Okay, like that. And like that. Can we push one more? One more. Right, so this is the top one. We still need the bottom one. Yeah, the AI compensation for player scrubs when it comes down to flying machine, I think it got a lot better. I don't think I would get this flying in like 6 months ago or something. It would just go all horribly wrong. But right now we are flying. We are not dipping into the water and stuff like that. Okay. Even though, yeah, it's still very wobbly. We're gonna just need more controls. Also, you're gonna have to engine yourself out a bit. Now, you know, for now, let's leave it as is. Yeah, we're gonna add wings and tail at the back end. What's the time? Oh my god. We're near 1 hour. So we're gonna pretty much have to add like a tail to give it extra stability and stuff. And give some more decorative items as well as weaponry and some ammo on board that I have forgotten. We're gonna need some ammo, not a lot of it. I do not expect that we're gonna get a lot of additional damage sources from any other form of weaponry. Maybe having like small missiles, but just to have the distraction to be flying off the ship left, right, and that gonna be kinda it for that one. Well, it for that one. Also gonna need to do something with the nose so that it's gonna be looking prettier. Because let's face it, not good. But yeah, actually, I'm quite surprised. I'm kind of surprised that it does 120 meters a second. I thought it's gonna be quite considerably slower here. Also gonna have to just that bit fix the jet engines here. Can we get it to 65, let's say? Yeah, there is gonna be a lot of stability in works play, trial and error pretty much. Maybe completely remove the pitch control out of this one. Pitch off. Yeah, it's still kind of wobbling. Yeah, we're just gonna need to add more stabilization control and stuff like that to allow it. Because, well, it's only 5,200. I thought it was bigger, or at least it was getting bigger. Well, it could be because of these flat sides, that's why we are kind of getting pushed upward. But yeah, so far, well, it's, yeah, I think we're doing fine. We're doing fine for now. We're gonna have to see in the nearby future and next video and pretty much where will this thing lead us. But for now, I'm gonna say see ya.